So today I'm going to give you a little beginner's guide to gardening. For anyone that's worried this summer about gardening and have not done it before, I'm going to give you some simple tips of how we can get started. So what you want to start off doing is getting yourself some frost-proof pots, because the winter we can get can damage the plants and bulbs that are in over winter. Some multi-purpose compost, some slow releasing fertilizer, and some vermiculite to help keep the moisture in. Do a little mixture, a bit like baking and cake, and I just add it into my soil. I get a couple of spoonfuls of my multi-purpose and I make a little mix up. I just give it all a mix together, and this will be my compost for my normal plants in the greenhouse and for my pots outside. And it just gives it a bit of extra love if we've not had any water. And it just helps with fertilization as well. So today we're going to be doing 3 types of planting. I've got some plants here from a nursery. Well, I'm going to plant together in a big pot. Then these are actually wildflowers that I've grown in wall pots. This will break down into the pot, feed the soil with nitrogen, and these sorts of wildflowers don't like roots to be tampered with. So it's good once you plant it to leave it. And then I've got seed grown flowers. As this dies, I'm adding a layer of bulbs so that I've got something to happen in July to September. Once these have all died off, these will kick in as well. So what I've done is I've separated the pots with what I want to plant in it. Going to take my plants, I'm going to ease them out, squeezing the bottom, and then I'm just going to tear the roots a little bit, and that will allow them to grow together. Then I'll just pop them in together. And then we're just going to backfill the plants with some soil and then give them a good water. When you're planting bulbs like this, there's a top and a bottom. It kind of looks like a bit of a garlic. The bottom will look like a root and the top will have a slight point, and that's where it's going to shoot from. Now all of the bulbs are in, we're just going to cover them with some soil, just enough so we can still put the plants on top, but they've got enough room where they will still be able to sprout. So I've put all the pots in a circle. I've topped them up with soil. They've now got bulbs in, and they've got all the summer cosmos. So as I said with my pots, because they're wall, they'll break down. So I have simply just added the pots pot, and I'm going to backfill the pot with soil, and that will naturally break down. Now this simple task will give you flowers all summer long. And I've given you bulbs, wildflowers, seeded flowers, and plant shop yourself. So there's really no excuse. My last tip: don't fill it completely to the top, because you want enough room to water the plants so that the water doesn't drip out everywhere.